Hi, I'm Mal, and welcome to another episode of MiniModelMakes. Firstly, I'll excuse my slightly dishevelled appearance. I have tested positive for COVID. All I feel like at the minute, I feel like I've just got a bad cold. I've not got any horrible symptoms or anything like that, which is good. But I'm keeping myself locked away from my family in the man cave or in my spare bedroom. That's me for the minute. Ironically, it's given me time to do some videos, and in this video I thought I would do a quick unboxing of something that's really new to me. For Christmas, I picked up, my wonderful wife got me a few boxes of miniatures for a game called Conquest, which is being played at my local hobby store. I've been lucky enough to have a game, excuse me, that's my phone going off. I've been lucky to have an intro game given to me by Mark at Lazy Dragon Games at Blackpool. Really enjoyed it, even though I got annihilated because I was trying to play it like a game of fantasy battle, and it certainly isn't that. But I was really intrigued by these new models. The aesthetics looked brilliant, and the game was fun and it was quick, which was good. It's by, I think they're a Cypriot company called Para Bellum, prepared for war in the old Latin. And as I said, I thought I'd unbox some models and show you what we've got. So the game is called Conquest, the Last Argument of Kings. And I've gone for an army called the Nords, which are very much sort of the Viking Raiders style, but they have supernatural allies, as it were, in the form of giants and trolls and all that sort of Norse mythology, werewolves and things, which I'm really excited about. The other cool thing for this is I kind of wanted to do a bit of a Scottish style. I'm going to have a go at painting tartan on these when I finally get around to them, and a bit sort of William Wallace-y Braveheart feel to them as well, which isn't quite Norse, but it's what I want to do. So I've got this really, really nice box set of the Norse Raiders. There isn't much on YouTube at the minute from this game, so I thought I'd get it out there and let people have a look. I will get my overhead cam set up and we will crack on. Alright, so see you shortly. So this is the box for the Conquest Last Argument of Kings Nords faction. They are the Raiders. It's a regiment expansion set. Really nice, beautiful cardboard box. You know, really good quality. The artwork looks absolutely amazing. And this is by the Para Bellum company, which I believe is Cypriot. Makes a change from the UK, it's quite nice. And then on the back of the box we have one of the models, the regiment, all painted up and looking amazing, ready for battle, and a little bit of a spiel about the Raiders themselves. So the only true prospect of advancement for the average Nord is to earn a seat in one of the raiding vessels. Each year, immediately following the Capagrask, excuse my pronunciation there, hundreds of freemen flock to the southern eastern towns where the longboats dock. Among those that do make the trip, only a few are selected to join the raiding parties, when the plan is to sail in enemy waters and land on enemy shores, isolated and cut off from reinforcements. A captain wants to be surrounded only by the finest, strongest and most dependable. For those, however, that do make the journey and catch the eye of one of the captains, the sky is the limit. The wealth that can be earned in a single successful raid far eclipses anything a Nord might hope for while working one's own lands. If particularly lucky, a raider could secure enough captives, wealth and booty to truly secure his household and devote himself entirely to the perfection of his martial abilities. In time, armed and armoured by the wealth of the southern kingdoms and forged in the heat of battle and ruthless cold of the north, a raider could hope to ascend to the ranks of a Huskarl, a dedicated elite warrior bearing arms for his Jarl. So, the Nords are obviously a Viking-based northern faction for the Conquest game. That's really drawn me to them. We'll open the box. I'll just move this box out of the way. So the first thing we get, we've got a plastic bag full of the bases. You get, it's actually sealed. I don't want to break it open yet. So you get 3 of the larger stands. You get 12 models in the box, and then you get 12 of the smaller stands. The idea behind the stands is this actually is 2 game systems. You have a skirmish game where you use the round bases, and then you can put the models into the big regimental ones for the Last Argument of Kings, which is more the historical rank and file based game. So they're the bases. Let's say they're just bases, round bases, square bases with holes in. What I've seen one of the people at the gaming club do already is they magnetised these bases, so when they put the models in to play the rank and file version of the game, they don't knock out easily, which is not a bad idea. But there's a little baggie of bases there. Next thing we get is the card. These cards are used in game for when you get your units onto the battlefield, and then when you're taking your turn, you arrange your cards in your army in a certain order, and you know, you take it in turns to play a card, with your top card being the unit you activate first. So this is the card for the Raiders. Now, interestingly, the version of the game I played, which was a starter box set with different armies, you actually had the stats of each unit on there. Now, from what I gather, you've got a QR code now, so what you can do is you can use your phone or your tablet or whatever, and that will bring up the current rules for the Raiders for you to use as a reference. I believe that the idea behind this is so that if there are any further updates in rules or FAQ or errata, you've not got out-of-date cards. You just click on that and it'll bring up whatever they've changed the stats or the points values to, which is quite cool. Is that the way to go? I don't know. It's certainly very fan-orientated or gamer-orientated, which is refreshing with war games at the moment. Certainly the community or the gaming companies seem to want to have a fast turnaround of rules and editions, which I am not in favour of. So it's nice to see that this company are doing it this way. However, I'm a very old-fashioned gamer. This now means I will just have a sheet of all the stats to the side of me, which is space to put it round on the table, where if you had the cards, it'd be a quick reference. Maybe it would be good if you could buy a box of cards with the current stats on, and when they're updated, however it is, you just get a new box of cards as well. That's another option for people who want to spend on that. That's not for me. I'm not a member of Para Bellum. That's whatever they want to do. They might do it. There might be a box of cards out there with stats on. I don't know. My local gaming shop only has a few bits and pieces at the minute. I've had an intro game. This is all very new to me. But as I say, you use this card in game and it is quite refreshing. You've got the QR code. I gather there's an app. You scan it on and it brings up your things. I'm going to have to get a plastic card sleeve or something for them though. I can't leave them like this. They're going to get battered. So that's the card. And then, funnily, there's no instructions. Now, whether you need instructions or not, I don't know, but there are no instructions whatsoever. So I'm just emptying out the sprues. So the first thing I've got here is, it looks like a command sprue. So you have a standard, and I think that's the sword arm and a horn for the leader of the unit, and I think this axe belongs to the standard bearer. Very interesting clear plastic. I'm just going to move these other frames out of the way. I'm going to try and zoom in for you all a little bit better. So we have a sword arm for the unit leader, I think, and then he has a horn to blow. No musicians in this game. Then this is the pole for the standard. You have a head here, helmeted head for the leader as well. You've got an axe for the standard bearer, and then this is the standard itself. The Nords with the Viking Nordic influence. It's just the standard is whatever trophies and bits and pieces you've nailed together. Probably more interested in bashing whoever it is over the head with the standard than using it as a rallying point. Now, from what I can gather, standards enable you to re-roll charges, and then a leader lets you re-roll 1 dice. As I say, I'm not familiar with the rules yet, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, interesting colour of sprue. Now, these are normal plastic, and I've been told they use plastic glue, which appeals to me as well. Quite a few different companies out there just have resin models, and it's super glue. I've actually always quite liked proper plastic kits that you can use plastic glue on. Plastic glue is a bit friendlier to use, sort of thing I can do hobby with my kids and not worry about the fingers stuck together or weird fumes. So that is the Command sprue. Really interesting take on the gating system and other bits and pieces. Very different to what I am used to from a certain other gaming company I will not mention. And then I've got 3 sprues here, so they've got 4 models on each. And I'm just having a look. Ah, right. They're all the same sprue. So I'm going to pull 2 of these out the way. I say interesting way the sprues have been done with the gating system. A lot of superfluous plastic, really, but there we go. Right, so 4 bodies per frame. I'll just pull out a bit so we've got a good overview. And they are pretty much monopose. So essentially, apart from when you do the standard bearer and the leader, your bases are all of 4 are all going to look the same. Very monopose, which people have been critical of with a certain other company and models they're releasing for their skirmish games at the minute. But I think that is just the way wargaming is at the minute. If you've got regiments of troops, I don't mind it too much. I'm just having a look. So you've got your body here, nice bearded head. The detail is superb. So at least I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 heads. So at least you've got variations in head, which is brilliant. That's certainly not monopose and will help the models go a little bit further. The bodies themselves, yeah, you are kind of stuck with what you've got. So 1, 2, really weird. I'm trying to marry everything up, because if you look, especially here, those 2 bits belong together, and I gather that's his arm and that's his other arm. But then you've got that bit sort of spare. That bit, maybe, oh, it is hard to say one. But they're not all sort of grouped together, which is a bit unusual. I don't think there's variation in the bodies. You've got like a different front to glue onto them or anything like that from what I can see. You've got these big sort of shoulder pad areas. What I'll do, I'll just zoom in now and we'll go through it. So you've got a body here, several heads, axes and swords. These guys aren't carrying shields. They're all about windmilling the way into combat and hitting you with sharp edges. I've got a funny feeling they are not going to be the sturdiest troops. You hit back at them, but I think these are going to hit hard. More sort of axes again. As I said, the detail, if you look, the detail's amazing. It's really up there with some of the other leading companies, which is good, and is certainly a criticism I have of people who are 3D printing at the minute. The same sort of quality isn't quite there. But these, yeah, absolutely superb. More heads, more axes and swords, very much in that Scandinavian Nordic style. Really gonna enjoy putting these together. All these different bodies, and turn them over. A couple of heads there so you can make them out. They've got sort of the cool helmets and beards. They're all gonna be ginger. Haha. Yeah, really wonderful. Another one there with a sort of plated moustache. They certainly look impressive and fearsome. I will be painting these up. I'm going to meld them between a Viking style and the Scottish kind of Highland. I'm going to try to put some tartan on them in places and bits and pieces. But yeah, 3 frames to go with your command frame. I think these cost me, they're about £32 from my local gaming shop, Lazy Dragon Gaming. So the price comparison compared to other companies is good, it's favourable. You certainly don't need much more than one unit would have maybe 6 stands in from what I've seen of the games so far. So price wise, it's not too bad for what you're going to be expected to play with armies wise. These are sort of your rank and file blokes. There are certainly more interesting units, shall we say, that I'm looking forward to from the Nords point of view. But that is it. What I will do is I'll get my normal camera back up in a moment and we'll conclude this video. But my first impressions are really nice detailed models. Monopose pretty much, but there is variation in heads. Very much like other leading companies at the minute, really. I think gone are the days of multiple parts and building up your own, but of course this will make it quicker to put together, which is brilliant. Lots of lovely detail, lots of, you can paint them simply, or I'm sure the advanced painters out there will love them. What I will do is, when I've glued some of these things together, I will do another video going through them and I will compare them in size to other leading models out there and we'll see how they compare. But that's a video for another time. As I said, I'll begin the wrap up, but overall, really impressed. And a good job. I'm looking forward to putting them together and starting an army. So that was the unboxing video of the Conquest Last Argument of Kings Nords Raiders. I hope you like those models. It's certainly different to the large, I don't really want to name them, because, you know, this is all, I want it to all be about Para Bellum, because these are the models I'm reviewing. They're certainly different to the large gaming company with other games out there. I'm liking the look of the models. I'm looking forward to putting them together. What I will do is I'll do a little progress video once I've put things together and give people an update on what they would like to put together, how they compare, any problems, things like that. Not much more to say apart from please like, subscribe and share. I'm going to do a few more Conquest videos as well as my ongoing project I'm doing at the minute, which is a restoration project for another army. And I've got MiniModelMakes Facebook page. You can catch me on there, send me a message on there, it'd be awesome. Comment on the video, let me know how you're doing. If you play Conquest already, tell me what you like about it. If you've been playing as Nords, because I've not had a game with these yet, tell me what you think the like to game with, where you enjoy gaming with them. It'd be brilliant. What you think of these models. It'd be really good to have some other people's input out there. If I get a lot of people interested in this, I will certainly go down the route of doing more videos looking at this company and these models in this game. Okay, so finally, please like, subscribe and share. Stay safe out there. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all, and hopefully see you again soon.